Good morning, students. Welcome back to class 9 series physics class. I am your master teacher Subrata Bhomik. Welcome to you all on behalf of Onik Edu Center. Students, as you know that due to the corona pandemic situation, entire country lockdown, we try to help our students through our online classes. You try to follow our online classes, that is Onik online class platforms. It will be available in YouTube and as well as in Facebook social networking. We learn the class 9 physics, the first chapter, name is motion. So what is motion? And we learn the different kinds of motions. We learn the distance and displacements. So let us come to the point. What is motion? Motion is nothing but of a phenomena in which an object changes its position from rest to the moving position, right? That's why the study of an object at rest or motion is called mechanics. There are two terms, one is rest and another is motion. What is rest? When an object in rest position, where there is no external force applied on the particular object, that time object in rest position. And when an object changes its position from rest to the moving position is nothing but of motion. Motion can divide into two parts. One is dynamics and another is kinematics. So what is dynamics? Dynamics means the cause of motion. What is the reason behind it? An object changes its position from rest to the moving position. And what is kinematics? Kinematics means the study of motion with respect to time. Study of motion with respect to time. That means a body changes its position from rest to the moving with respect to the time. Motion can divide into three parts. One is linear motion, another is circular motion, and third one is vibratory motion. So what is called linear motion? Linear motion means when an object is moving through the straight direction, Let us example, a bus is moving towards the direction. That nothing but a concept of linear motion. And what is called circular motion? Circular motion means a particular point, a particular fixed point. Say example, this fixed point is just moving again and back to here, like a circle path. Third part is called vibratory motion. What is called vibratory motion? Vibratory motion is nothing but of to and fro motions, like a pendulum. Say pendulum is moving from that directions, come to the here, again come to the that forward directions. There's nothing but of vibratory motions. So these are the basic concept of a motion. So what is come to motion? Motion means it's a phenomena in which an object changes its position from rest to the moving one, right? After that, the point writing here, frame of reference. Frame of reference. So what is the concept of frame of reference? As you know that it's like a three-dimensional figure. X-axis, Y-axis and the Z-axis. To locate the position of an object, we need to frame a reference. Reference means from that particular point, we start your journey. We start your moving from a rest to the moving position. And a convenient way to set up a frame of reference is to choose three mutually perpendicular axes, name is X, Y and the Z axis. Clear? So now we'll learn this particular introduction of a chapter motion means a phenomena when an object changes its position from rest to the moving one, and it can divide into two parts. One is dynamics and another is kinematics. Dynamic means causes of motion, kinematic means study of motion with respect to time. frame of reference means to locate the position of an object, we need a reference point. Another is the convenient here to set up a frame of reference is to choose three mutually perpendicular and name is x, y, z, right? And motions can be divided into three parts: linear motions, circular motions, and the vibratory motions. So motions, entire concept means a body changes its positions from rest to the moving one is nothing but of called motion. I hope, is it clear everyone? Okay, now students, we learn right now what is motions. Motions means when an object changes positions from rest to the moving positions with respect to the time is called what? Motions. Here classification of motions in three dimensions. First of all, motion in 1D, that means out of three coordinates, when if only one of the specifying object moving like rest to the moving a particular straight line. Let us example in a railway stations, in a railway platforms, when a rail move towards the straight line directions, right? That is the concept of linear or rectilinear motions, means motion in 1D. You can say again another example, when a bus moving on the road, on that moment of time, it moves a particular straight line directions. That means it has a one direction, motion in one direction. Another is motion in 2D. That means if two of three coordinates specifying the position of an object with respect to time is known as motion in 2D. Let us say example, we can give example of a two-person can play the carom boards. It has a particular two way of directions, but 2D is one is x and another is y. That means if two of three coordinates specifying the position, one of the position here, you can say another the position here, specifying the two positions with respect to time, that is motion in 2D. Third part, motion in 3D. If all the three coordinates, that means x, y and z, three coordinates specifying the changes of an object with the respect of time, that is called motion in 3D, or you can say that moves in a space. You can give an example of a bird flying, right? With the concept of motion in 3D. So we learn here motion means when a body changes from rest to the moving position with respect to time is called motions. It can divide in two parts. One is dynamics, another is kinematics. Dynamics means what are the main causes of motions, and another is kinematic means the total study of motions with respect to time, and it has a three parts: linear motions and circular motions and the vibratory motions. Clear? So this is the basic concept, basic introduction of motion. I hope everyone clear. Now we study the new topics of distance and displacement. Look at the board please. What is distance and what is displacement? I just draw a beautiful picture here to understand the basic concept of distance and the displacement. A beautiful rat try to catch a food from here. So this is the way he can run and catch the foods. So there is no shortcut distance. This is the main original path a rat can travel and catch that particular food. So distance means total actual path. Look at the here. Total actual path covered and catch the food, that is the concept of distance. It has no direction. It has no direction. That's why it's called scalar quantity. Understood? And what is the unit of distance? As a measurement with the meter. That's why its dimension of distance means meter is 0, length to the power 1 and time to the power 0. That means what is the concept of distance? When a rat travel a particular way, a total actual path covered. After that, the rat find out that food, but catch the food. That is the concept of distance. Understood? So distance means total actual path covered by a body, covered by an object. Here is rat is the object, is nothing but of distance. Now come to what is displacement. Displacement, let us imagine if there is a shortest distance is there, if there is any shortcut distance, is it rat can travel the total path? I don't think so. Rat can directly will go to the straight line direction, a particular direction towards any like each direction if there is a shortcut distance is there. That means the minimum distance initial, that means the rat is the initial position and the final destinations as the food. That means the shortest distance between the initial and the final position of a particle, that means the shortest distance of 2 points, is nothing but of displacement. That's why it's a vector quantity. Why vector quantity? It has magnitude as well as a particular direction. That's why displacement is possible, should be zero. Why? In opposite directions. In opposite direction. Let us imagine from your house you just reach to the shop 5 meter. After purchase something, again return back to your home. This is called opposite direction. In opposite direction, distance should be 5 plus 5, 10 meter. And your displacement should be 0. Why? In opposite direction, it should be always minus. And same direction, it should be always plus. So this is the concept of, there are total 4 directions, north, south, west and east. When there is a direction mentioned, that the concept of displacement. When there is no direction, when an object travel a particular path, is concept of distance. So what is distance? The actual path covered by a rat here as example is nothing but of distance. The actual length of the path described by the particles is nothing but of distance, and the minimum distance initial and the final position, initial and the final position as a particle, as an object, that means shortest distance between the 2 points, rat and the foods, is the concept of displacement. Okay, that's why it is called vector quantity. It has a proper direction. As a unit of distance and distance should be same, it is meter. Dimension also same. The basic difference is distance can never be 0 and the displacement is possible of 0 when it has an opposite direction. Clear? That's why distance is total actual path covered by an object is called distance, and the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position is called displacement with proper direction. I hope everyone understood the basic concept of distance as well as displacement. Okay students, now we learned another new topic. One is uniform motions, another is non-uniform motions. What is uniform motion? Uniform motion means, look at the graph here. When an object traveling a particular distance with respect to time, that means an object travel equal distance in equal intervals of time. Look at the diagram here. Let us imagine, throw your hands, you just touch the ball and the balls are moving. First 1 second, the first ball moving 10 meter, same again, another 1 second, same distance, another 1 second, same distance, another 1 second, same distance. That means here distance as well as time intervals are same, equal. That's why graph slope always should be in a straight line. In a straight line, right? That means what is uniform motion? An object changes its position in equal distance in equal intervals of time there's nothing but of uniform motion. That's why graph should be straight line. That means an object changes equal distance in equal intervals of time. It is known as uniform motions. That's why the graph is always should be a straight line, right? Now come to the point of non-uniform motion. What is non-uniform motions? Time should be same for both two cases. What is the basic difference here? The basic difference is distance. The basic difference is here distance. First 1 second the ball covered 1 meter, another 2 seconds it covered 3 meter. That means simultaneously all the cases distance are not same. That means an object changes its position unequal distance in equal intervals of time is called non-uniform motion. That's why its graph is curved line. That means time is constant, time is same, but one ball can travel, one ball can moves at different unequal distances in equal intervals of time. That is the concept of non-uniform motions. So what is uniform motion? Uniform motion means an object changes its position with respect to time in equal distance in equal intervals of time. That is the concept of uniform motions. And what is the non-uniform motions? An object changes its position with respect to time and unequal distance in equal intervals of time. That's called non-uniform motion. That's why its graph is straight line and this graph is curved line. That is the basic concept of uniform motion and the non-uniform motion. I hope so guys you have understood what I am saying here. So today what you learn of first classes of physics class 9 chapter motion. First, motion. So what is motion? Motion means when an object changes its position from rest to the moving one with respect to time. That is the concept of motion. And the study of the motion is called mechanics, right? It can be divided into two parts. One is dynamics and another is kinematics. Dynamic means what is the main causes of emotions, what is the basic reason, what is the phenomena. For that reason, our body changes its positions from rest to the moving. That concept is dynamics parts. And kinematic means the entire study of motion with respect to time. There are different of types of motions: linear motions, circular motions, and the vibratory motions. 3-dimension, 1D, 2D, and the 3D dimensions of motions. Finally, we learn that the concept of distance as well as the displacement. What is the basic of distance? Distance means a total actual path covered by a body. The concept of distance. And what is displacement? Displacement means a shortest distance from the position of initial to the final destinations. That means the shortest distance is the concept of which particular direction is the concept of displacement. That's why it is called vector quantity. That means it has a magnitude as well as a particular directions. What is the distance? It has no particular directions. That's why it's a scalar quantity. And the SI unit and the dimension are both two cases are same. And after that we learn uniform motions and the non-uniform motions. What is uniform motions? Uniform motions means an object changes its position with respect to time, equal distance in equal intervals of time. That is the concept of uniform motions. When an object changes its position with respect to time and unequal distance in equal intervals of time, that is the concept of non-uniform motions. So today the first session class of class 9 students, the chapter of motion up to this much. I will continue my session. You try to follow our classes, and whatever I discuss up to the motion, the concept of motion, the different types of motion, the concept of distance and displacement, you please go through your NCERT books. I hope my discussions will help you, and please try to follow my classes. You have to try to follow and subscribe and more shares our platform channels. Name is ONIC Edu Center online classes platforms. You can search through your YouTube channels that ONIC, and you can go through our Facebook channels. And please more and more like, shares and subscribes our ONIC Education Centers, and always keep in touch with us. And if you have any queries, any kind of questions regarding the concept, you try to consult with me. My contact number is 9862604867. That's my WhatsApp number. You have any doubts, any queries regarding any topics of the motions, free frankly, you can ask me, you can send me the queries, you can ask me the different questions. I will try to solve your different queries and your problems. So today, after this much, thank you everyone. Have a nice day.